Hey everyone, it's Kristen, and today we're doing this Throne of Glass inspired cover art makeup look. I really like the cover art for the Throne of Glass series and wanted to see if I could create a makeup look inspired by it. To start this look, I tried to measure out where the sort of archway was going to go and created a line down the center. I wanted to make sure everything looked pretty proportional and wasn't just off to the side. And I wanted the archway to be as even as possible, so I made sure that both sides were the same. I had to keep adjusting the size until I like how it looked. Then once I had the shape, I outlined it in black. Then I sketched out the shapes of the archways within the archways to make sure I have them spaced correctly. Then I start to fill it in with color using black towards the top of the archways, and then we'll be using red on the bottom part. So here I'm adding a line of red to the bottom section of the archway, and I'm going to be fading that into the black. Here I'm using the paint on a fluffy brush over top of the black to sort of blend it in, adding more red and then blending it in until I have sort of a faded ombre effect. And I wanted to be sure that the top part of the archways with the black had a very crisp, sharp edge to make it look kind of more symmetrical. For this next section, it's completely filled out in black, and then for the last section, the background will be completely red. Here I'm holding up a reference photo so I can make sure that the sword that Selena's holding will be pointed in the right direction. Then also seeing a size comparison to how tall she should be in the archway itself, and then sort of making a mark to make sure that I'm not going above that, making her too large. Then I tried as best as possible to make the figure look like her. Here I'm zooming way in so you can see. I've never painted something that was so small and also so detailed, so it took me a couple tries and I had to go back and sort of erase it with a Q-tip and keep trying until I liked how the shape looked. The shape sort of looks odd at this stage because I'm just doing the background and sort of the shadow of her hair and how she's holding up the sword. But I will be adding more details later. Here I'm using a white face paint to create the sword. Then adding white face paint to the sides where sort of the light would be shining on her. And this helps to bring out more details and show you more of her shape. Then filling in red to the background. It is mostly solid red, but on the one side it has sort of a glow on the bottom corner. So to create the glow, I'm adding a little bit of white and making it lighter and lighter as we go towards that corner. For the stairs, I'm using a light blue face paint and making it into a long rectangle shape, and then going underneath it with a darker blue to create some shading. It's kind of hard to see here because I cut off most of it because I was kind of hunched over and the camera didn't get a very good view of it. But every stair is a little bit longer and you just repeat the same process until it's done. Then added a bit of the darker blue shading in the corners. Then with a dark blue face paint, I traced an outline around the part we already painted. Then filled in the rest of the background with the dark blue face paint. Then with black face paint, I started to add some cracks in the wall to kind of create that crumbling castle type look. And that completes our Throne of Glass cover art makeup look. I always thought this was such pretty cover art and was really excited to try to recreate it. Let me know what you guys think of this look in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon.